Really fired up to welcome to the show my good friend Jaylen Watson. Jaylen, it's an absolute pleasure. I guess the first thing I'll ask you is you've had some time off now with the season being over. What are some of the non-football activities that you've been able to enjoy away from the facility, away from ball?
Just reading, chilling with my family and friends and my girl. Haven't really had this much off time. Kind of sucks because it makes free agency longer, but I've had a good time with my family. It's been a while since I've been able to spend good quality time with them.
What are you reading that you've enjoyed?
The Psychology of Money. Yeah,
And what have you
learning how
learned?
to learning how to spend the money wisely and just basically what you're born into. Everyone views money differently, and it's so many different avenues you can go with spending your money and investing it.
Is there anything that can prepare you for NFL life in terms of the amount of money that you all of a sudden have access to and everything that goes along with it?
No, I wouldn't say no, because I think you have to mess up a couple times and realize what you're doing to know
Mm.
what's right and what's wrong with your money. And I've made a couple purchases that I regret making, and I learned from it, and then you move on from that.
So the purchase is are we talking like car?
Yeah, so like my rookie year, I had like a AMG 63 twin turbo. Mind you, I was only a seventh round rookie with a signing bonus of like 50,000. I was like, it's no way I need this car. Then can't drive in the snow. It was bad. So, I got me a pickup truck, and that ended up working out better.
What would be the advice to Jaylen Watson, rookie seventh rounder, that you'd give now that you didn't have back then?
Just when you're going in the locker room and you seeing all your peers and all the people you with every day, and you see the things they got, you got to run your own race and stay in your own lane. You're not going to be able to keep up with the expenses that a 4 or 5 year vet has your rookie year.
How long did it take you to figure that out? Did you actually realize it during your rookie year, this car doesn't drive in the snow? Did it take you to your second or third year?
It took me to the end of my rookie year when it was raining real bad, and I hydroplaned and almost crashed. I was like, yeah, that's the last straw. And it didn't even start snowing yet. And when it started snowing, I had to catch an Uber to work every day. I was getting picked up in like a 2018 Honda, driving perfectly in the snow. I was like, yeah, I gotta change my cars.
So that was okay, this was a bad purchase. I got to learn from this idea.
Yeah. And I bought it and I just had to eat it. But yeah.
So you're seeing other guys spend money that are
hmm
maybe more established vets, and you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, I want to be like that. I want to spend the money like that. I want to have that," without really realizing what it means.
You just can't keep up with them. You just gotta wait your turn, slowly let your money stack. You still got bills to pay, got to take care of your family. So keep the main thing, and that wasn't as important and what I needed to focus spending my money on.
Well, now that you are entering free agency for the first time, how much emphasis are you putting on the city, the lifestyle, and everything aside from just the football element? Because there's so much more that goes into it other than just ball.
I let my agent really take care of most of the part. As far as like where I stay and the lifestyle, I don't really care because I played in Kansas and I played in Pullman, and it's pros and cons to, living in a big city and living in a city not as big where you could just stay focused and, keep the main thing the main thing. You don't have many distractions. Saving your money, you don't have to go out and spend that much money. So, whereas a big city, you're gonna spend money, all the attractions, the lifestyle, you're going to be able to do it if you want to, but you're going to spend a little more.
What have you learned from your time in Kansas City? These first several years in the league. What will you take with you to wherever you end up next that you feel has been really valuable on the field, off the field, just in general in terms of being a pro?
Just the importance of camaraderie in your group. I think that's really important. And having a player-led team, like great leadership from the players and who the young guys look up to, and those guys set an example. And it just trickles down from the front office to the head coach to the captains on the team, and then the younger guys pick up on it, and then everyone's on board.
What's something about playing corner in the NFL that you didn't realize, and it's a lot maybe harder, or it's a much bigger challenge than you had anticipated early on in your career?
Just a challenge week in and week out. It might be a guy you never heard of before, and you watching film on him, and you like this guy is pretty good, and you still wouldn't know their name after the game, but it's just talent everywhere around the league. So you got to respect the game, respect your opponent, and give 100% every play.
This was the best season that you had, Jaylen. This was the best season you had by so many metrics. Played some great ball. Why do you think you had the success this year, and how does that continue for you? What did you learn that allowed you to have so much success this past season?
I would say just watching the guys before me, how they moved as pros, and how they attack work every day. Guys like Juan Thornhill, the Jay Reeves, the Legarius Sneeds, just take a little bit from them being a pro, how they study, how they take care of their body, how they lead the group, and then when it's your turn, you just got to do the same and try to be an example for the young guys.
Do you feel like you're a vet now, Jaylen, or do you still feel like one of the younger guys?
Yeah, I definitely feel like a vet, and it's so crazy because the NFL is a cycle, and it goes by
Yeah.
so fast. You'll be a rookie, and maybe your second or third year, depending on how your position group is, you're looked upon as a leader in that group. And yeah, I was really brought into a leadership role this year, and it was different, but I enjoyed it.
How important is it for you to have an identity outside of football?
Yeah, I think it's really important because people don't know who you are under the helmet. They just know the player that you are. That's why
Yeah.
lately I've been trying to get into a little like game streaming, just
Mm-hmm.
so I could talk to some people and see how I am as a person and how I move outside of football.
What are some of the things that Jaylen Watson values the most outside of football?
Family.
Family.
I love just spending quality time with my family. We don't even have to do anything, just be in the house,
Yeah.
playing cards or whatever that is.
Because you spend so much time, especially with the DBs, football in many ways is like your second family. That's fair to say?
Yeah.
Do, so, do you feel that the relationships you've created in football are lifelong relationships? And if so, who are some of the guys that you feel could be in that boat?
Yeah, of course. I think it's a lifelong. Like this offseason, I've been talking a lot to Jay Reid, just asking free agent questions.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? The same thing with Snead. I still talk to all the vets and it goes down to college and middle school. I still talk to guys I played with, and we have a good relationship.
When you think about this next chapter in your life, wherever that may be, and the opportunity to create generational type of wealth for your family, how aware of that are you? Because, like you said, you weren't a first round pick, and this is an opportunity to really change the fortune for a long generation, a long list of generations of Watsons.
I think it's super important, and I've been thinking about it and talking to my financial team. We had a talk last year on just how I spend my money and what I would need in my account to live and keep spending that money the same way until I'm 100 years old. So we had that talk, and I think I'll be able to hit that number.
So, in other words, regardless of how much money you're making, don't let that have a too much of a say on the day-to-day spending or the month-to-month. It should remain consistent.
Right, and I think it's pretty hard for me to spend money because I don't really buy anything. I don't have any like kids or anything. Um, After your big purchases, it's not too much to buy. You're gonna get you a house, you're gonna get you a car, but after that, I just buy food and clothes.
Food and clothes. So you're
Yep.
simple. You're simple.
Yeah, I don't do too much. I stay in the house the majority of the time, just chill with my fam. If I wanted to buy something, I just buy some clothes.
Are you a suit guy, or like how would you describe your drip?
I'm pretty diverse. I wear suits from time to time. I probably wear about 3 or 4 suits a year,
Yeah.
and I don't wear too much designer besides bags and I'll throw on some streetwear. I like underground brands that's
Yeah.
not too much, but still look nice.
Who is the best drip on the Chiefs? I mean, Mahomes is really good. I know that.
Yeah, Mahomes always gonna come out with one of those sharp suits.
Yeah.
I honestly like how Jawan Taylor dress.
Yeah.
I like Rasheed outfits.
How about Coach Reid?
Coach Reed don't care about no clothes.
No, he
I
doesn't care
like Coach
about it.
Reed. I like Coach Reed suits though. He keep it simple. That's just who he is.
What has he taught you about football, about life, just as being a man?
He's a very understanding person. Just like one time, and we were in the middle of training camp, and my aunt had passed, and he told me I could go to her funeral, and like he just does little things like that for his players, and it makes you respect them so much, and want to play hard for them, and you know um give back and show them you care through your play.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Jaylen. When that happened, when he told you that, what did that mean to you? And were you surprised at all that he was so understanding?
I actually wasn't as surprised, just because I know the person Coach Reed is. Just like if you make a mistake, Coach Reed is always there. Like, hey, look, this that we're not going to do it again. I understand you made a mistake. Don't let it happen again. Then you move on from. But that was like 2 years ago, and I was really close to my aunt, so I just asked him, and he said I could go. Then flew there, came back the next day, practice.
And I'm sure he was asking how it was and how are you doing.
Yep.
What else have the Chiefs maybe taught you about? This is the type of organization that handles things the right way when it comes to their players, and that's something that I value.
Really, it's just accountability aspect.
Accountability. Yeah.
Yeah, they always instill accountability in every single player in the room. Um, Whether we win 24-0, they don't care. They're going to talk about how do we get better. Why was it not 35-0 instead of 24-0? And that's how you keep everyone from being complacent and keep chasing greatness. And then we had, the Pats, the Chavs, the Chris. They hold everyone to a high standard as well. So it was great. It was a great 4 years.
When the best players are also the hardest workers and most demanding, how does that set the table for the franchise and for especially the younger players?
I mean, it just keeps everything going. It keeps the greatness going. Because the guys that's after the older vets, they're going to be coming in, watching how you be a pro, and then the younger guys going to come in after them, and it's just going to keep recycling. And I think that's the beauty of sports, just being a vet, watching a young guy under your wing, watching him grow as the season goes. Like Noah Williams, he
Yeah.
came in. He came in not knowing what was going on. The playbook so hard, especially for the DBs, and then just watching him grow as the season went. It make you feel like a proud big brother.
Where you feel ownership and you feel invested into a younger player's success.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And is that what Snead and Jay Reid have been for you? Were for
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Having won 2 Super Bowls, what's the process and how do you stay elite and stay motivated collectively and individually? How do you continue that process of trying to get better, trying to improve when you've already had so much success?
It's hard because when you're the best team in the world, you got to have some of the best players in the world on your team. With salary cap, you can't pay everybody, so it might be someone who's sitting behind, a good player, and they get paid and go elsewhere, and you went from playing 10 snaps a game to 40 snaps, but you got to have that same production as the dude in front of you. So it's just being ready, always being ready, knowing your playbook, being accountable and trustworthy for the coaches.
I mean, you're a Cougar, so I'm a Husky. Big Apple Cup.
Go
I
Cougar.
am from
Yeah.
I know. I'm from Seattle, and I grew up a huge Husky fan. I mean, even my Chargers are purple. I love purple, man. I know you hate it. Uh, what are some of your best memories in terms of were you in Pullman 2 years total?
COVID year and the year after. Yeah.
What are some of your best memories of the Apple Cup, and how do you take that with you?
So I only played in one Apple Cup,
One?
and I'm
Yeah.
undefeated in it. We blew y'all out.
I
We
know. I
pointed
remember
out.
that game. That was a bad game.
Yeah,
For
me
good
and
game for
Trent.
you. Horrible game for the Huskies. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, me and Trent always talked about that game. But yeah, that was fun when we blew y'all out. Y'all threw 5 interceptions.
Awful. Yeah.
Planted our flag in the middle of y'all field.
Mm-hmm.
That was my last college game.
It was your last
Something I'll
game?
never. Yep, something I'll never forget, man.
That's awesome for you.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome for you. Yeah. You grew up in Georgia, right?
Yep, Augusta.
What's the biggest difference in college ball going from like the South and obviously SEC to the Pacific Northwest? Obviously, I'm biased from the P&W, but what do you feel like is the biggest difference?
It's more gritty and physical out down south, and I think out west the X's and O's are a lot better. Like just being coached, like route running, all the technical aspects for DB, where you might not get taught as much down south, but or the X's and O's and playbooks might not be more advanced, but it's just athletic freaks down here, where it's just small, fast guys out west.
So you get out west, a lot of guys think they can't really play out here. And then you realize that it was a different type of player, but these guys can go too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just speed everywhere out west. I don't know why. It's just everyone. Well, from my perspective, besides playing the dudes like like the Drake Londons that were just different, but everyone was just so fast and shifty.
Obviously, like Texas and California and Florida. I mean, but in general, everyone talks about the SEC and football in the South. Why do you think that the Pacific Northwest doesn't get the same love? Is it because people aren't watching because it's later games? I mean, it just never feels to me like they get the same love.
Yeah, that's exactly why. The Pac-12 after dark. Even my mom would fall asleep on some of my games when I was playing, just because
Yeah, late.
it'll be it'll be 1 o'clock and it's
Yeah,
halftime.
I know. Terrible.
And yeah, so it's just hard for I think the whole country to just stay locked in on it because some of the games are so late. And then when it was a Pac-12, it was like it'd be an upset every week.
Right.
You might have, Cal beat UW, and then
Oregon
Oregon
State.
State beat
Yeah.
Oregon,
Yeah.
and then everyone thinks, oh, they lost to this team. They're not that good. So they're all eyes aren't on that team because the Pac-12 was just so wild.
What was the reaction like when you told all your boys I'm going to Washington State? Were they like, who? What do you mean?
Yeah, they didn't. When you say Washington State, people instantly think of Washington out here down south. So they didn't really know what it was, but some of my close friends, they watch sports and they were tuned in and they knew what it was, but people on the outskirts don't really know.
Who's the UW equivalent for the Kansas City Chiefs? Like, who do Chiefs fans, who do Chiefs players look at like this is the Apple Cup or this is the game we can't lose?
My first 2 years, it was definitely the Bengals.
Didn't like them.
Yeah, I don't think either one of us liked each other, and we hated losing like to the Bengals. That was one team, and Pat made that known after my rookie year. We're not losing to them anymore, and he was very adamant about it.
Pat was like, this is not a game we can't lose this game.
Yeah, after we lost our first year, and we lost, and they were dancing and talking all on the internet, and after that, we never lost to them again.
You mentioned Pat. What was like your first, not even welcome to the NFL, what was like your welcome to Patrick Mahomes, where you were like, that's one of the best throws I've ever seen?
It was in training camp. So we'll be in cover two when I started running with the ones, and I would get hollow. I have a corner behind me and a flat in front of me. He would always no look me and hit the 7 route over my head. And the DB coach keep telling me, stay deep, force him to throw the short pass, and then just rally down and tackle it. But he's looking directly at the flat route, and his arm trajectory is going directly toward him. and then his wrist just
Oh,
flicks over. And
right.
he got me with it like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, this dude is different.
Dang, that's crazy. You're telling me not to pay attention to the flat, but this man's looking at the flat. He's throwing at the flat, and then at the last second, he can manipulate the ball, so
Right.
he goes to the 7. Okay.
Just straight wrist. And then I always like, we have training camp OTAs every year. Every young corner that does it, he does the same thing to him. And I tell him, don't even look at him, just guard the routes.
That's greatness. I mean,
Yeah, it's greatness.
that's greatness. Jaylen, can you hoop? I mean, what's your game like?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, I think anyone on the Chiefs would tell you I'm top five. I'm one, but to be generous, I think anyone would say I'm top five.
So what's your game? Are you a scorer? Are you a shooter?
I'm a little bit of everything. I play like a Westbrook a little bit.
Athletic, get downhill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just get downhill, get penetration to the hole, force everyone to collapse, kick, pick and roll, might slow worm it on looking like Luca, give a little shoulder.
Oh, a little slow
Yeah,
man game. Get him on your hip.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
I'm like Westbrook with the numbers wise, but I'm like slow and patient with it too.
So a lot of guys say they can really hoop because we've had guys on, and some can, but in your case, you can go out and get me. If we were going to play a game, you could go out and get me like 23, 9, and 7.
Depending on who we playing.
If I needed you though, if I need Jaylen Watson to go out and really score, you're going to be able to do it.
Who are we playing?
We're playing a good ass team that's going to lock up, and they're not going to let you get all the way. But but you can go. You can go.
So like an NBA team,
No,
college.
not an NBA team. But like, if we wouldn't go, college is a perfect example. I don't know if you ever if you ever ran with the Washington State guys, but like, would you be able to go play at like a high D1 and like function?
I wouldn't be a scorer for a high D1. No.
But in a rec league game with whatever,
Regular league game, I might
yeah,
have like 50 and 20.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are the top 5 Chiefs hoopers in your opinion?
I would run me at the 1, Brian Cook at the 2.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But I got to put Pat in there.
I was going to say Pat's a shooter, right? But he can also dunk and he can get to the hoop.
Okay, funny story. You got to listen because the lineup is not going to make sense unless you know.
Okay, let me hear it.
So in the offseason, we played corners versus safeties. It was me.
Basketball. Yeah.
Yeah. It was me, Nazi, and Josh Williams versus Cook, Shamari, and Jaden Hicks.
Okay.
And they whooped us. But it's
Wow.
because they were so physical. They
The
had
safeties.
they had 2 people at the blocks, and they would put their ass on our knees and just box us out all
Yeah.
game. And
Mm-mm.
your legs just get worn out and you
Yeah.
just get tired and you end up just letting them get the rebound. It's like, all right, you're doing too much. No one's even shooting the ball and you already boxing out.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
you
hate
don't,
that.
yeah, you don't want to just, and now your legs tired. Now when you
No.
get the ball, you can't even. So with that said, they're shorter in stature, but their stamina and strength combined, I would put Shamari at my 4.
Wow, that's a small 4.
That's a small 4. He only
That's a
like
small 4.
6'1",
Yeah. Yeah.
but he don't stop. He's just relentless. And he got like a
Relentless.
42, 43 vert.
Okay.
And then at my 5,
I was thinking Trav or Chris Jones.
no, I'm not with all the big people.
You
I
don't need
like
that.
cause
You like
I'm
the
in the
hungry.
1. I want
Yeah.
everyone to run.
Yeah.
Chris gonna be at half court
Yeah.
and just yelling at everybody to do
Yeah.
stuff.
Give me the ball. Yeah. How about Trav? Trav can go.
Yeah, Trav could go, but I'm going youth. Sports
Okay.
is all about youth.
Yes.
So I go Malik Herring. He's actually
Yeah. He's a
really
good
good.
athlete. Yeah. Good
Yeah,
athlete.
I'll go him.
And Trent can't hoop, really?
Nah. Trying to let you know he can't hoop. He not even gonna lie to you.
I played basketball in college, and I we used to go play with the football players, and I hated it because they were super physical,
Yeah.
super physical.
Yeah.
Lock up, rebound, bang. All the stuff that basketball players don't want to deal with.
Don't want to do all the dirty
No,
work. They
dirty
look
work.
forward to it.
I love asking this question to all players. Would you rather star in a big Hollywood movie, Spider-Man, Superman, or would you rather be on the cover of Madden?
Star in a movie.
Star in a movie. Because
I don't know. I believe in that Madden curse, man.
that Madden curse is no joke.
Yeah, it's like everyone on the. I can't do it. And I don't really play Madden. My rating been the same since I've been a rookie. So
We have to talk to the folks at EA then, because you've improved a lot in 4
yeah, the
years,
numbers
dog.
just always off. And then like I was playing Madden and they had the running back at one, and I'm getting burnt by the running back. I'm like, what is going on? I just stopped playing it.
So you don't fuck with Madden because they don't show any respect.
No, I just like if you look at the overalls of some players, it just don't make sense. And like I know I've improved since my rookie year. Um, why am I still the same overall from my rookie year?
What do they have you at? Like an 80?
77, I think.
77 is way too low. I
Yeah, I've
mean,
been a
come on.
77 since my rookie year. I used to be a 73. The picks in the playoffs, my rookie
And they
year.
they bumped you a little bit.
Then the next year, I was a 77, and then it just stayed that.
I mean, that's crazy because I think I was looking at it. You didn't give up a. I don't think you gave up a touchdown this whole season.
My agent told me I haven't given up one since week 8 of 2023. But you got the one in the Super Bowl. But I'm more of a person like I don't have to really explain myself or say it wasn't my fault, but it was a busted coverage.
Talking about against
And
Philly.
yeah, against Philly, the Devontae Smith.
Mm-hmm.
It was a busted coverage, and I don't have to. The Chiefs, we're more of a we know who messed up. Go to the sideline, fix it, move on. You can't do nothing. Fighting on the field is not gonna do nothing. Me holding up my hands,
No.
pointing at a person, just trying to rat somebody out, that's not gonna do nothing. But yeah, I haven't given up a touchdown in 3 calendar years.
How much of that accountability, like how much of that is Spags and his overall philosophy, Jay?
I mean, like I said, it just goes from the top down. That's just things we don't do. We don't talk trash like pregame, give people bulletin board material. We don't talk about our brothers, and that just come with the camaraderie. And you might look at some teams and the corner don't even like his safety. And then the safety mess up and you see the corner like, what are you doing?
Right.
But
Right.
with all of us just being so close and having that tight knit, I mean, we don't have to do that.
Who are the 5 corners that you love to watch and maybe take parts of their game from over the last several years? Who have you really enjoyed studying?
Oh, that's a good question. So always growing up, my favorite player was Jalen Ramsey. I just
Yeah.
really liked his how he played with technique,
Mm-hmm.
bigger corner, physical, fast. He talked trash. But in today's game, I think everyone would say Pat.
Sertan, yeah.
Yeah, he's a very good technician. Always plays with technique. Always plays in phase and just doesn't freak out when the ball's in there. Play through the hands. More of what I do. Play through the hand type player. Um, who else? A really underrated corner I like watching on film was Josh Jobe.
In Seattle, yeah, he's a really good player.
I like his game. He got really good press technique. Then you got the Stings. You got Trent, of course, and
I was thinking Witherspoon and Gonzalez, maybe.
yeah. I didn't say Gonzalez.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, that'd be my fifth. He balled out in the Super Bowl too.
Gonzalez is
Much
tough.
respect to lock down in the biggest stage.
Both in the Super Bowl, I thought Gonzalez and Witherspoon both were making some. Witherspoon on the blitzes too. That was different. That was
Yeah,
tough.
that was drawing them up. And I like Quinion a lot too.
In Philly.
Yeah.
And like you, I always love when he didn't go to SEC. You know, uh, not to say that Washington State's not a big, but I always feel like the Washington States. I feel like Oregon's the only school that gets, the
Yeah,
love, and I'm
yeah,
always like, watch out for Wazoo, Oregon State. We got guys. We got guys.
yeah, yeah. We starting to get them out each year, so that's
Yeah.
good. We had Kyle Williams this year with the
Yep.
Patriots. Abe got his first Super Bowl.
Yeah. Abe, big Abe.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
yeah. I was.
I was giving Abe a lot of because he went to Archbishop Murphy, and we beat them in districts. Obviously, a few years before he got there, but he didn't like that. I love Abe, man. I was super happy for him
Yeah,
to get
that's my
his
guy.
to get his ring.
That's why I was going for Seattle. It's like, man, he watched me get two. We came out the same year. I really want to see him get one. And I mean, the Seahawks was just the best overall team this year, so I'm glad they, pulled through with it and won it all.
I know you didn't play them, but when you do watch Seattle on tape, offensively, defensively, what did you really like about them? I guess why don't we pick defensively? You mentioned the corners. What did you really like about the Seahawks this season?
I like their effort. I like teams like you could just tell they're very well coached and they just fly around and they have fun and they talk a little bit and they get after the quarterback and they rally into tackles, swarming the ball. I think that's the beauty of the defense when you just watching 11 guys come together and really fly around.
That's an awesome answer, Jaylen. This was awesome, bro. I'm so happy to connect and get this done, and so excited for you and what's to come, and really appreciate you taking the time and very excited for whatever is next in your life and for you and your family.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Appreciate y'all having me too.
Our pleasure, bro.